90% plus of ad accounts and brands are spending way too much on bottom of funnel, being existing customers, or middle of funnel, being website visitors. In this video, I'll run you through the exact framework as to why and how you can better allocate spend to middle of funnel and bottom of funnel and know that you're not overpaying, you're not overspending, and you can reallocate that spend into top of funnel acquisition, which is actually going to grow the business. So the reason why most people overspend is because they have blended targets that they work towards across retargeting and cold. So this same issue also applies in cold, but it's made significantly worse on retargeting audiences because it just gets taken to its extreme. So let's see why. Let's say that you have a $100 per day budget on a retargeting campaign, and you're acquiring 10 conversions a day, 10 returning customer orders. Your CPA here is pretty self-explanatory. It's $10. So we take 100, we divide by 10. You've got a $10 CPA. Now, let's say that you have $100 in gross profit on your average order. Well, you logically are looking at this number and going, we're willing to spend way more than $10 to get a returning customer order, right? Let's go and crank up the spend here. In fact, this is probably your best performing campaign across any digital marketing platform. So what do? You go and crank spend up. You go and spend $200. How many more conversions do you get? You get one. So there's barely any lift here in returning customer orders, but your CPA is now $18. Now, because you're working towards a blended target and because you probably just rushed into increasing this budget, you didn't have strict oversight on the incrementality of this budget swing, what's ended up happening is you've forgotten the change in volume and you're just looking at efficiency as your core KPI. And this is where people really mess up, is they just over-focus on this number right here. And what that ends up meaning is that as long as this is within the bounds of the KPI that you've set, you're happy with it, you'll spend more. And so because this $18 CPA is still well below our target of $30, well, guess what we do? We go, well, this is our highest performing campaign. It looks like we could probably double down on retargeting. You'll actually get this advice a lot, particularly in paid media audits from agencies, is agencies will go, oh, look how good your CPA is here, without any context of the incrementality previously as they ramped up budgets. And so let's just go and double down here. Let's spend way more money here. And so what do you end up doing? Well, you take that advice, you go and double down on what's supposedly working, and you take this to $1,000 a day. Now, the question is, what conversion amount are you at here? What's actually occurring here when you're bumping these budgets? You're just spending more on a strict custom audience that isn't growing. And so let's say you're targeting 100,000 people here. You're either going to target these people with $200 a day. You're probably still going to hit every single person in here, but maybe with a 2 or 3 frequency every month. And when you go and take it to $1,000 a day, you're still hitting all the same people. You're hitting them with the same creative, with the same message, with the same offer. But now, instead of hitting them twice a month, you're hitting them 10 times a month or 7 times a month. The question becomes, how incremental is it serving an ad to a user more than 2 times if they're already an existing customer or an engaged audience? And the answer is, it's not that incremental, right? There are real diminishing returns here as you scale spend on retargeting campaigns. And so because of that, maybe your conversions goes to 15. Or we could be super generous and say, let's say there is actually quite an expansion here from such a large budget increase. And we're now convincing 9 extra people to return and buy every single day from the same custom audience. So now we can run the math. We've got $1,000 divided by 20. This is going to give us our CPA, which is $50. Now, once again, going back to the first example, we have a lot of gross profit on first purchase. These guys maybe have an average order value of $200-$300. And so we're still kind of fine with this. This is okay. Now, it's not great, as I said previously, with like a $30 CPA, maybe a $40 CPA, but this is still within the bounds of being accepted by the internal team. And therefore, we let it continue to run under the premise that, well, this is outperforming our cold campaigns, which are at a $70 CPA. So let's keep it where it is. And that's the exact mindset that gets you into this position where you just spend so much on retargeting audiences with very diminishing returns, and you're driving incremental profit contribution losses into the P&L. And you can do this by changing the formula. Rather than looking at this as a blended problem, total spend, total returning customers, instead, we want to break this down into the incremental impact. And this is what you should always be doing anytime you're scaling. Cold, returning, doesn't matter. You should be looking at what was the difference in spend here? How much more did we spend? Well, we spent $800 more. And how many more conversions did we get? Okay, we got 9. So what incremental CPA does that give us? It's about $89. This now is unprofitable for us. We don't want to make this exchange. We don't want to pay $89 for a returning customer order. Therefore, this entire increase in spend here, this $800 per day, is a complete waste of money. It's just driving losses into the business. Now, we can actually take a step backwards as well, and we can go, well, what about this scenario right here? What about when we went from 100 to 200? What was the ICAC? It's not really CAC here because you're not acquiring new customers. We're kind of looking at returning customers here. So we can call it ICPA. Well, we spent $100 more. We acquired one more customer. So it was $100 incremental cost of returning customers. Not good. Very unprofitable. And so not only should we not be spending $1,000, we shouldn't be spending $200. We should be spending $100. Now, the issue here is this sounds very obvious as you walk through the math and you walk through the concept of incremental returns. Everyone intuitively knows this. A lot of business owners will get to the concept of incremental returns by themselves. But where it starts to not make sense, the reason why most people don't do this is because you reinstate the account back here and you take the account to a position where it's spending $100 a day at a $10 CPA. And it's just too good to be true for someone in the team not to just want to crank spend. Because a $10 CPA, like let's convert this to a ROAS number, which other people might want. Let's say this is the equivalent of an 11 ROAS. You see an 11 ROAS on a retargeting campaign, and you naturally just want to go, let's put more into this thing, right? Let's put more. Surely we can spend more. Even if ROAS goes down to like a 7, we're still happy with that. We shouldn't be, because if you go and spend an extra $300 a day and it only drives you a couple conversions and it dilutes your ROAS down, you're just driving losses into the business for no reason. And so the question really becomes here, and this is really the difference between managing an account to maximize profit and budget allocation versus just maximizing revenue, is are you, and this is a question that you actually have to ask yourself as an internal team and as a leader within an e-com brand, are you an optimizer? You're trying to optimize profit, maximize profit contribution across all campaigns across the business as a whole? Or are you a maximizer? Are you just trying to maximize your growth rate, maximize revenue, and cash flow as a second thought down the line because maybe you're selling towards an exit, or maybe you're selling growth to then become profitable down the line due to some change within the business model or some unlock that's going to exist? Now, I think this is, quite frankly, a very risky play. I think this is also a very conservative play. I think most people on this spectrum from here to here probably sit around here, right? They want to be aggressive. They want growth. That's the reason why they started a business in the first place, is probably because they had a high risk tolerance. But they also do want to be profitable along the way. They understand that only like 0.02% of businesses actually ever have a liquidation event and hit an exit. And so going over here, maximizing for some kind of future exit opportunity is not a good decision. And so they kind of balance themselves in the middle. In which case, if we're going and looking at this once again, okay, maybe you then take the jump to $200. It's not necessarily directly profitable, but maybe you just want that increased exposure on existing customers. Maybe you're willing to pay for this extra customer for $100, but you're not going to go to $1,000. All right, there's some kind of middle ground. But the thing that I would really take away from this is you're probably overspending on existing customers. You're probably overspending significantly. I would be thinking about what the incremental returns have been as you've started to scale those campaigns up over time. And one really nice metric that I would use as a North Star is frequency. And so this isn't a direct performance metric, but it gives you a objective lens into the experience of the end consumer receiving your ads. Okay, so this is normally it's a big unlock for business owners as we do this in the audit, which is that we look at the last 30 days and we look at it in the meta ad report And we pull up their new audience list, their engaged audience list, and then their existing customer list. And we show them what their frequency is across those audiences. And what you end up seeing for most brands is like new audience is maybe a 3 frequency, which is pretty reasonable. You have your engaged audience, which might be up at like a 7 to 11. So pretty high. And you're starting to think, Dan, do we really need to target people that have visited the website 10 times? Seems a little bit high. And then you get down to existing customers, and this number's like out of control. It's like 20 plus. And you ask the question, well, do we need to target our existing customer list 20 times every single month for infinity? Probably not. It's probably overkill. And therefore, we can go and decrease budgets. So frequency ends up being a really nice metric to actually be able to use here, to be able to determine whether you are overspending or not. But if you're looking to scale your retargeting campaigns, keep a tight eye on incremental conversion lift in comparison to the amount of spend that you're going to start driving additionally into these campaigns.